the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to Souq News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, Souq News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. Souq News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, Souq News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. Souq News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions.
My name is Veronica Nkechi Eze.
Charles Abana.
My name is Professor Martins Emeje.
Professor Sylvester Odion Akaine.
Keep watching Souq
News TV.
The best news channel online.
It's elevating, it's enlightening, it's educating.
Muhammad Ali found his root in Africa. Rumble in the jungle. I swear the king is humble. Jesse Jackson, O.J. Simpson, this is black history. Andrew Young visit Africa in the late 60s. Legend, Bob Marley make the light different. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X are big names. They fought for black Americans in the old days. We need same revolution in our own ways. Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Mr. Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre and Eddie Murphy. American prosperity ain't complete with African poverty. It's legendary Idris Abdul Karim, and you are on to Souq News. You don't touch that dial.
The heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to Souq News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, Souq News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. Souq News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, Souq News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. Souq News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. Hello and welcome to News Hour on Souq News, where we bring you news from Nigeria and across the globe. First, the headlines. Thank you for joining us. I am Juvi Ofiene. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu declares open the 7th Nigeria International Energy Summit, which is aimed at charting a sustainable way forward in the quest to accelerate the energy security, transition, and finance. The Global Summit is being convened by the federal government as its official energy, oil, and gas event, with Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, as the national host. It will hold till March the 1st. Over 6,000 foreign and local delegates, exhibitors, and visitors are participating in the Global Summit, where the theme is navigating the new energy world order, security, transition, and finance, would reflect the imperative for stakeholders in the energy industry to address challenges related to energy security. In a move to reduce the cost of governance and streamline government operation, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has announced the immediate implementation of the long-awaited Steve Orosanya report during the Federal Executive Council meeting held on Monday, February 26, 2024. This decision coming 12 years after the report's submission, and the issuance of a white paper signifies the government's commitment to fiscal responsibility and operational efficiency. The initiative aims to streamline government operations by merging, subsuming, and scrapping various entities with overlapping functions, creating a leaner and more effective structure. The report recommends abolishing 38 federal agencies, including the Public Complaints Commission and National Poverty Eradication Program, while merging 14 agencies into ministries and 52 institutions into larger entities. Notably, the report proposes merging Nigerian Television Authority, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, and Voice of Nigeria into the Federal Broadcasting Corporation of Nigeria, and combining the Code of Conduct Bureau, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission into the Anti-Corruption Commission, among other considerations. The federal governments have been urged to tread with caution in the implementation of the Orosanya report on reforms, which was released in Lagos yesterday. A financial expert, Mr. Oji Chigozie Udomezue, stated this on Souq News Early Exchange morning program, that the decision of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to implement the Orosanya report was imperative and compulsory, pointing that the exercise should, however, should have been done 10 years ago. Udumeze argued that the country was burdened by the wasteful spending with a bloated oil for government, suggesting an heavy debt service ratio of 90%. He was of the view that more mergers supply of agencies should follow, as they are still unproductive and lazy workers collecting salaries from government. He pointed out that the presidency in the last 8 years misused and abused the ways and means process in solving all problems, adding that by the measure scarce foreign exchange were filtered away. Also, he criticized the abuse of political patronage, the widespread corruption and inefficiency in the public service sector, which must be curbed at all levels. Udumeze called on government to train all workers on entrepreneurship skill with an option to leave the service with an attractive welfare and retirement package, stressing that there was the need to build capacity at all levels. Away from that, as part of efforts to enhance efficiency and minimize environmental and personnel risk in the region, Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, SPDC, has introduced an uncrewed surface vessel USV to pipeline route surveys in the Niger Delta. The uncrewed surface vessel completed a 166-hour survey at Bonny last month, marking Nigeria's first deployment of such technology in shallow waters. Shell's Chief Surveyor, Steve Cutwell, emphasized the significant reduction in carbon dioxide emissions and enhanced data quality achieved through this innovation. Collaboration with stakeholders like Nigeria regulatory bodies and local vendors revealed the company's commitment to Nigeria content development. Similarly, training local operators further demonstrate the company's dedication to building indigenous capacity and fostering technological advancement within the Nigeria oil and gas industry. In a bid to enhance the management of solid and liquid waste in Nigeria, commercial nav the Lagos State, Southwest Nigeria, the state government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Jaspon Group of companies, a leading waste management firm from Ghana, to enhance the management of solid and liquid waste in the state. This collaboration aims to establish a material recovery facility that will significantly reduce the amount of waste reaching landfills by easing downstream pressure. The Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, while formalizing the agreement on behalf of the state government, also noted that the partnership aims to enhance Lagos' livability by developing comprehensive waste management facility to serve current and future demands. The focus will be on technology, advocacy, enforcement, and promoting a circular economy through recycling, composting, reuse, and waste-to-energy initiatives. The government of initiatives. And away from Nigeria, the government of New Zealand has announced the repeal of a pioneering law banning tobacco sales to future generations, a move set to take effect from July. The law, which would have been the strictest anti-tobacco regulation globally, aimed to prohibit sales to individuals born after January 1st, 2009, alongside reducing nicotine content and slashing the number of tobacco retailers by over 90%, despite concern raised by researchers and campaigners about potential health risks and disparities. The new coalition government elected in October is proceeding with the repeal without public consultation. Associate Health Minister Cassie Costello affirmed the government's commitment to smoking reduction but proposed alternative regulatory strategies. This decision has sparked criticism for disregarding research-backed measures and increased health inequalities, particularly among Maori and Pacifica communities with higher smoking rates. Away from that, the Nigerian government has approved a 1.06 trillion naira contract for the initial phase of the Coastal Road project spanning 9 states from Lagos. The Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, reviewed this after the Federal Executive Council meeting held at the nation's capital, Abuja, yesterday, adding that a 47.47 kilometers dual carriageway with 5 lanes on each side and provision for a train track in the middle is to be constructed with concrete. The minister detailed the project's scope, including spurs leading to northern states and the procurement strategy under EPC+. The meeting also approved the funding for the second section, totaling 57 kilometers, signifying a critical step towards enhancing transportation infrastructure and connectivity in the region. The Central Bank of Nigeria sold over $300 million to deposit money banks within the past 2 weeks, with the aim to stabilize the Naira-dollar exchange rate amidst escalating pressures. The Association of Corporate Treasurers of Nigeria relayed this information to its members via an advisory memo, highlighting CBN's intervention as a rate surge above 1,850 naira per dollar at the official markets. An ACTN Executive Committee member confirmed the authenticity of the memo, emphasizing the need to keep members informed amid the Naira rapid devaluation. The dollar sales come amid the Naira's recent depreciation, with rates at the official Nigeria Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market and parallel market fluctuating. Efforts to curb speculation, including CBN and EFCC, raids on currency traders have led to temporary stabilization, reflected in the naira appreciating to 1,582 naira per dollar at the official market. We go on a short break, and when we return, the news continues.
My name is Dr. Rafiu Oladipo.
My name is Baba Jalal Repega.
I'm Reverend Juliet Benite.
I'm Godio Didi.
My name is Professor Oladokun Sulaiman Olarawaju.
Souq News is on the ground, loading.
Very enlightening, very educative, and entertaining.
Thank you to Souq News.
So I'm happy that Souq TV has come into existence.
I'm happy to be here in the Souq News.
I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and keep watching news that makes sense.
As Browning said, one's extension of one's reach should not exceed one's grasp, or what is heaven for. And I think Souq News is doing that.
Africa needs a voice of truth, and Souq News has become one of them. And get ready, get ready, get ready.
And keep watching.
Keep watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News. It's a place to be.
Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Dr. Agility Obi.
My name is Etemari Glover.
Naomi, well done, and shout out to Souq News.
Shout out to Souq News. I want to encourage everyone to keep watching Souq News.
Shout out to Souq News, and yes, tune into them.
Keep watching Souq News. They are one in town.
Hey, we're watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News. Catch them on YouTube and all social media channels.
Hey, my name is Frank Edowo, and I'm imploring you. No, forget that. I am forcing you, coercing you to always stay tuned to Souq News for your news requirements.
Welcome. The Nigerian government is set to implement a 20% tax on sugar-sweetened beverages as a primary measure to curb the overconsumption of the product and prevalence of non-communicable diseases exposure in the country. The Director of Public Health Department at the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Chukwuma Anyalike, announced this strategy in Abuja during Monday public unveiling of a simulation study that explores the possible fiscal and public health outcomes of the SSB tax in Nigeria. He also noted that this category encompasses a variety of drinks such as sodas, juices, sweetened coffee and tea, nectars, energy drinks, and flavored dairy products. Moving on. Wamabod Limited, a Nigerian real estate solutions provider founded 62 years ago, has begun the process to raise 50 billion bond through the issuance to finance construction of commercial and residential development in Lagos. The management of Wamabond and its partner completed the signing last week. The 50 billion, which will be raised in series, is starting with a 4 billion naira bond issuance to finance the construction of mixed-use development of Unity House in Lagos that will include office space and residential apartments. The Unity House is a 21-story building, and the new construction is one of the land in central business districts anywhere in the country. 15 floors of the building will be converted to residential floors, and it has been designed by consultants to accommodate 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom suites. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Olukayode Ariwola, has sworn in 11 justices of the Supreme Court to fulfill the statutory 21 justices. He charged the justices to be morally upright and discharge their duties according to the Constitution and other extant laws. Here is Bayo Olaoye with a report.
The Chief Justice, Olukayode Ariwola, reminded the judges that their inauguration marked a significant milestone for the judiciary, assuring a stronger legal system. The CJN also admonished the new Supreme Court justices to see themselves as representatives of God on earth, noting that judgment given by them could only be obtained in heaven. He therefore advised the judges not to allow their personal ambitions or extraneous consideration to cloud their sense of judgment. Justice Ariwola stated that the judges should let their consciences guide and filter every thought that transfers their minds, adding that he had no doubt that they are, at one time or the other, being confronted with some forms of criticism or verbal assaults by litigants who had lost their cases. According to the Chief Justice, the event was a memory he will cherish in his lifetime, stressing that it was unprecedented in the annals of the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice remarked that the inability of the court to meet up the statutory full complement of 21 justices had lingered on for too long, thus appearing to be like a jinx. He said he made a categorical pledge that before he finished his tenure as Chief Justice of Nigeria, he will, by the special grace of God, do everything within his ability to break that jinx and get on board the well-deserved full complement of the court. The CJN stated that the elevation to the Supreme Court bench was obviously in recognition of their astuteness and evident passion for hard work, which was the hallmark for judicial excellence. He said he was very proud of their accomplishments thus far and expressed the hope that they will bring their opulent experience and dexterity to bear on their adjudication at the Supreme Court. Bayo Olaoye, Souq News.
Let's take another report from Bayo Olaoye, speaking to a current report which indicated industries with swift expansion within the country's economic landscape. Bayo Olaoye has the report.
The index collected data from over 8,000 respondents using a web-based questionnaire, and respondents were asked to rate their customer service experience in 9 sectors of the economy, while data collection spanned from January to December 2023. The report revealed that hospitality, insurance, and e-commerce had 73%, 69%, and 68% respectively. He stated that this year's index findings had unveiled compelling insights into various sectors' performance in terms of customer satisfaction. The report remarked that Nigeria's hospitality sector had witnessed a swift and expansive growth trend, emerging as one of the largest and most diverse industries within the country's economic landscape. The report added that the country's hospitality sector stood as a pivotal employer, engaging millions across various enterprises, encompassing hotels, restaurants, tourism, food, and beverage services, among others. According to the report, the hospitality sector got a 70% positive impression on customer service, 17% neutral impression from respondents, and 13% negative impression. Insurance recorded 65% positive impression on customer service, 25% neutral impression from respondents, and 11% negative impression. The Nigerian insurance sector witnessed significant growth in premiums throughout the first 3 quarters of 2023, the report said. According to data generated by National Insurance Commission, insurance companies generated 729.1 billion naira in premiums during this period, indicating a substantial increase of 196 billion naira compared to the same period in 2022. E-commerce recorded 64% positive impressions on customer service, 24% neutral impressions from respondents, and 12% negative impressions. The report explained that despite the challenges in the e-commerce sector, players in the industry supported the projected growth of the sector in Nigeria. They were confident that e-commerce was set to take off to unprecedented heights in the next decade. According to projections, the expected increase of internet penetration of more than 15% per year implied that by 2026, 60% of the country will have internet connectivity. The financial sector scored 66% in the ranking, followed by healthcare with 62%, transportation sector 61%, telecommunications 58%, and power 55%. Nigeria ranked poorly in customer services, scoring 61.8%, getting a lower ranking than its neighbor Ghana, which had 73%. According to Yvonne McCarthy, board chairman of the organization, the project was not sponsored, adding that the research was done because of the integrity they wanted to uphold in Nigeria, adding that it was the first of its kind. Bayo Olaoye, reporting for Souq News.
We'll go on a short break, and when we return, the news continues. The heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to Souq News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, Souq News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. Souq News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, Souq News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. Souq News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. Welcome. Moving away from Nigeria, Senegal's President Macky Sall has called for a national dialogue to resolve the delayed presidential election date, warning that if consensus isn't reached, he will seek the Constitutional Council's intervention when his mandate ends on April the 2nd, amidst the postponement of the election initially set for February 25th. Deemed unconstitutional by Senegal's Constitutional Council, the nation faces unprecedented political unrest, with protests erupting and concerns raised over authoritarian tendencies. Sall reiterated his commitment to adhere to Constitution's mandate and date, while acknowledging the likelihood of election proceedings extending beyond April the 2nd. Despite the dialogue's boycott by some candidates, Sall proposed a general amnesty for detainees linked to the political crisis, including opposition leader Ousmane Sonko and his successor, Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Away from Africa, the Peruvian government has declared a health emergency nationwide due to a surge in dengue fever cases fueled by heat wave and heavy rains. Health Minister Cesar Vacquez reported 32 deaths and 31,300 cases in the first 8 weeks of the year, prompting the government's cabinet to approve the emergency declaration. The minister cited the imminent dengue outbreak affecting 20 out of 25 regions. The declaration aims to boost our resources for health responders. The outbreak, transmitted by infected mosquitoes, causes symptoms like fever and fatigue. Most cases are concentrated in northern Peru, straining hospitals. The minister has attributed the outbreak to climate conditions, stating that the high temperatures and heavy rains create ideal breeding ground for mosquitoes. Last year, Peru recorded 428 dengue deaths and 269,216 infections amidst ongoing El Nino weather patterns since 2023. And in Europe, Hungary's parliament has approved Sweden's NATO membership, marking a historic shift for the Nordic nation known for its neutrality spanning 2 world wars and the Cold War era. The decision following 9 month of delay signals the completion of Sweden's security policy transition. Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson emphasized the move as abandoning 200 years of neutrality, stressing NATO's role in defending freedom and democracy. Hungary faced pressure from NATO allies to support Sweden's accession. White House spokesperson Karin Jean-Pierre welcomed Sweden's imminent entry into NATO, highlighting its strengthening effect with Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Stockholm non-alignment stance gave way to security within NATO. Western leaders view Sweden and Finland's accession as significant expansions of the Sweden's alliance. Sweden's NATO membership, boosted by the military capabilities, is poised to enhance NATO's northern flank defense and simplify cooperation. Moving on. The U.S. Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, Doran Bogdan-Martin, says the union has secured $9 billion commitment from mobile operators to bolster global connectivity efforts. Announced at Mobile World Congress, the fund contributes to the Partner to Connect Digital Coalition, bringing the total investment since March 2022 to over $46 billion. The UN Digital Agency now boasts of over 1,000 plus members, marking its largest and most diverse membership. Bogdan-Martin expressed optimism, stating universal meaningful connectivity is achievable with these commitments, benefiting millions globally. Industry commitments include E&S $6 billion for network connectivity in the Middle East, Africa, Asia. China telecoms $1.4 billion for fiber to the home in remote Chinese villages. Bordeaux's $1.1 billion for developing markets, and VOEN's $600 million for Ukraine's infrastructure. And now to the U.S. The U.S. Transportation Department has announced that Chinese passenger airlines can increase their weekly round-trip flights to the U.S. to 50 from March 31st, up from the current 35, marking a return to nearly 1/3 of pre-pandemic levels. This move is seen as a step towards normalizing the U.S.-China market for the upcoming summer 2024 traffic session. Before pandemic restriction, over 150 weekly round-trip flights were permitted. The gradual increase began in September 2023, with the latest approval of 35 flights for Chinese carriers in November. Both U.S. and Chinese authorities aim to facilitate cross-border travel and promote bilateral exchange amid ongoing discussions for further market reopening. Chinese state-owned aircraft manufacturer Comac is set to conduct flying displays of its C919 and ARJ21 jets in 5 southeastern nations Over the next 2 weeks, showcase flights will take place in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. This move aims to pave the way for future international sales. The C919, touted as a competitor to Boeing 737 MAX and Airbus's A320neo, made its debut outside China at the recent Singapore Air Show. COMAC emphasizes that these demonstrations are to exhibit the aircraft's performance and facilitate future market expansion in Southeast Asia. China also aims for broader international recognition, including European Union Aviation Safety Agency certification for the C919 this year. And to some sport-related stories. The ongoing 5th edition of Nigeria Cricket Federation Women's T20 tournament commenced on February 22nd at the Tafawa Balewa Square, set to conclude on March the 3rd, 2024. Nigeria's women team received accolades from coach Leke Orede for their impressive performance. The coach also addressed some challenges encountered by the team during the tournament. Coach
a lot of hard work has been put into play before coming down to this tournament, and the girls play up to expectation yesterday, and they did a couple of things right. That's why we won the game convincingly.
Go.
Part of the challenges we've been facing is inadequate practice and facilities. I want to say a good thank you to the current board for putting some from structure into place that enables giving adequate practices and all, and that is why you can say that Nigerian cricket in terms of male and female have been growing very fast right now. A couple of players are doing so well right now, but in my team I'm going to pick Shola Adekunle, which has been so outstanding in our bowling, which is remarkable too.
Lastly, global music giant Universal Market Group has announced the acquisition of Nigerian record label Maven Records. The announcement was made on Monday that the Don Jazzy-led label is now part of the billion-dollar Universal Music Group, which is the world's second largest label with an annual revenue of $10 billion. Although the deal's terms remain undisclosed, Billboard previously estimated the sales price to be between $125 million and $200 million. As part of the agreement, Don Jazzy and Tega Ogene Jobo will continue to lead And lastly, global music giant Universal Music Group has announced the acquisition of Nigerian record label Maven Records. The announcement was made on Monday that the John Jazzy-led label is now part of the billion-dollar Universal Music Group, which is the world's second largest label with an annual revenue of $10 billion. Although the deal's terms remain undisclosed, Billboard previously estimated the sales price to be between $125 million and $200 million. As part of the agreement, Don Jazzy and Tega Ogenejobo will continue to lead Maven, with Kupanda Capital serving as the strategic advisors. Maven, valued at $25 million in 2019, reportedly generates over $500 million annually, with its frontline catalog earning over $1 million in revenue. Additionally, Maven earns an estimated $2 million yearly from live events. Looking ahead, the acquisition by UMG could potentially lead to a full takeover, given UMG's history of acquisitions and its significant presence in the global music industry. And that's all there is for now. Souq Pulse comes immediately at 4. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am Juvie Ofiene. Many thanks for watching.